Y'all see the title, man. Let's get to
So
it.
recently, a specific viewer has been asking me for a very specific video. And on several of my videos, he's actually been one of the most liked comments, which tells me that a decent amount of you actually want this as well. So
Nah,
today,
facts.
I'm putting together...
I was just looking at my comments, like, you know what I'm saying, seeing how many of y'all actually like the comment. It brought to my attention that I need to do something to mention that, in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna start doing that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna start reading those top comments. You know what I'm saying? And implementing them in the content in some type of way. Y'all gonna see.
what I believe is the ultimate basketball team. Not just based on their talent and greatness, but also from the perspective of how well these players would blend together. This is how it works. There's 15 roster spots and I need to pick 3 players for each position. There will be the starters, a second unit, and a third unit. And I'll do my best to explain how these units work together. Also, for those of you who want to take the...
That's not that much when you really think about it, because that's really what it usually be probably. It's just probably some players be on two-way contracts in the G League, all that. Some players be injured. You know what I'm saying? Other,
time, let me know in the comments how you would build your ultimate roster. So without further ado, let's get into it. First off, let's determine who the starters will be. I want a team that works together seamlessly, which means I want ball movement, and I want the best point guard for feeding every superstar teammate that he has. For this reason, I'm taking Magic Johnson as my starting point guard. He's got size, speed,
and bro, before he gets to where he's about to get to, I just want to say, bro, having Magic at the point guard, that's just gonna set the tone for your team. You're gonna be able to run the break very efficiently. I feel like, because Magic gonna lead the way. You just fill in your lane. And finish. You know what I'm saying? Be ready for a pass. No matter how I'm looking, no matter which way you're looking, just be ready for that motherfucker. It's Magic, nigga. Or like, bro, I'm telling you.
And the crucial ability to make every one of his teammates better. As shooting guard, give me Michael Jordan. He's arguably the greatest scorer in NBA history. And he's probably the greatest defensive two-guard as well. Not only will Jordan be a strong presence for post...
He's the greatest player. I don't think we got to say too much more.
But with Magic as a backcourt teammate, there will be constant fast break opportunities. And Jordan is as good as anyone in the open court. Envision all the transition connections between James Worthy and Magic Johnson of the Showtime Lakers. But instead, replace Worthy with a tongue-wagging Michael Jordan. With Magic and Jordan at the guards, it's extremely important that my small forward can spread the floor and hit three-point shots consistently, specifically in catch-and-shoot situations. For this purpose, I'm starting Larry Bird at small forward. This might sound crazy to some, but Bird was basically a player with no weakness whatsoever. He was 6'9", he could shoot from anywhere on the court with extreme efficiency, he was an all-time great passer.
Oh my god, that pass, and Larry Bird is so selfless, bro, and I feel like I see what he's saying, definitely, because like he said, bro, he wants a team that fits well together. You know what I'm saying? People that say they don't like this pick probably want a player like LeBron or maybe Dr. J, something like that. But I don't. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is a great pick. You already got two players that really can't shoot the ball all that well. You know what I'm saying? You really need somebody that can stretch the floor a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And Larry is one of the best candidates for it. You know what I'm saying? Because he can put the ball on the floor. He can defend a little bit. He plays with effort. You know what I'm saying? With passion. He's not afraid of the moment, none of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's,
He was an underrated defensive player, and he was one of the greatest rebounders ever at his position. Some will argue that LeBron should be a starter, and although I respect that take,
I respect it, but it would have to change something. You have to change something, in my opinion. You can't. You know what I'm saying? If you want LeBron as a starter, I think you would have to put Curry as the point guard. You feel me? Because you need that ability to stretch the floor. You need that ability to stretch the floor if you're going to have, you know what I'm saying, two guys that really excel at driving and attacking the basket, in my opinion, bro.
I think James fits better with the players in my second unit, while Bird's catch-and-shoot abilities are incredibly crucial to the chemistry of my starting group. I'm making an exception at the power forward position, and I'm moving Hakeem Olajuwon from his traditional 5th spot to the 4 spot. Hakeem is a player who is certainly a threat
Hakeem at the 4 is ridiculous, bro.
In the mid-range, and he has the speed and agility to keep up with perimeter players and stretch fours. So I certainly think he has the ability to play the 4 extremely well. And thanks to his experience playing alongside of the 7'4" Ralph Sampson, I'm pretty confident Hakeem would have no issues starting alongside of another all-time great big man. Starting at center will be the 7'2" Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The captain had one of the most indefensible shots in NBA history, the skyhook, and we know he works in perfect harmony with my starting point guard, Magic Johnson. With Kareem and Hakeem in the starting unit, this team will bolster the most terrifying interior defense that basketball has ever seen. This interior lineup will also be a very familiar situation for Larry Bird, as he's almost always played with 2 big men down low, in Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish. But now, those 2 bigs will be
that chemistry definitely will fit very well. Facts.
On another level, with Kareem and Hakeem. As I mentioned, Bird spacing and shooting will be pivotal for this starting lineup. But Jordan could also be a massive help in that area, depending on which version of Jordan I take. In this case, I'll take 1990 Michael Jordan, who was hitting 37.6% of his 3-point shots on a top 10 volume of 3-point attempts. I'll take this starting 5 against any other starting 5 that you can come up with.
Damn. You taking the Jordan that was really hitting them motherfuckers a little bit too. And that's not really a little bit. That's good shooting. Especially in that time, that's great shooting, you know. So, yeah. That's a nasty team. I can't really. Yeah, the team I would come up with wouldn't really compare to that team, bro. This age of bigs aren't really proven to the level of a Hakeem and Kareem, you know. So I can't there's no big man I can really say to even compare to Hakeem and Kareem. You know, I could go Steph, Kobe, LeBron, you know what I'm saying, for my point guard, shooting guard, and small forward. But I can go Tim Duncan. But does that I don't know if Tim got Hakeem, you know what I'm saying? That's really I don't know if Tim got Hakeem, you know what I'm saying? I could go Shaq, you know what I'm saying, but I feel like they definitely the Johnny's team definitely might best off my team, you know. In a best of 7 series.
So let's get into the second unit. At point guard, give me Steph Curry, as he's the ultimate floor spacer and the greatest 3-point threat. At shooting guard, give me Kobe Bryant. Similar to Michael Jordan, he'll be a lethal 2-way threat on the perimeter, and if it's needed, Kobe can operate in a slowed down offensive attack and go to work from the post. Personally, I would like this version of Kobe to be the 06 version. It was before his knee surgery, so he still had the elite athleticism, but he had also developed his mid-range and perimeter game to be near unstoppable. At small forward is LeBron James. With Curry and Kobe operating as shoot-first guards, I like LeBron starting at the 3. But let's be honest, in this second unit, LeBron will be operating as the main floor general, despite the fact that Curry holds the title of point guard. LeBron will love.
It works so well because Curry plays so well off the ball and he's so willing to move off the ball and active, you know. I feel like that's a great dynamic, you know what I'm saying? Then when we really need a bucket, you know what I'm saying? Kobe got it. Give it to Kobe. Give it to Kobe. Please.
Love to find a slashing Kobe Bryant and a spot-up shooting Steph Curry, giving these 3 players near flawless chemistry for the second unit. For LeBron, I definitely want the 2013 version. That way, his defensive abilities are at their peak, but he also functions as an elite 3-point shooter. At power forward, I'll take Kevin Durant, which gives LeBron even more options of shooters on the perimeter. Just picture the 2017 Golden State.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, KD is a better option if you're going to have LeBron as your main facilitator and passer. Because LeBron doesn't really work too well when that paint is clogged, man. Like I feel like LeBron plays his best in like more so a 5-out situation, you know. So.
State Warriors. But instead of Draymond operating as the facilitator, it's a prime LeBron James. And instead of Klay Thompson at the 2, it's a prime Kobe Bryant. It just won't be fair at all. And then, at the center position for the second unit, I'll take a prime Shaquille O'Neal. Obviously, Shaq has that built-in chemistry and experience with Kobe. But Shaq also fits in
I think I really said Tim Duncan too, because I was really thinking about a traditional 4, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? I don't really look at KD as a 4, even though he probably plays the 4 nowadays. But when he came in the league, he was more so a 3. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where you know what I'm saying? But I got to understand it is positionless basketball. You know what I'm saying? I got to get into him, man. Facts.
Perfectly with this scary second unit. When O'Neal was in his prime, the defense would frequently collapse upon him, as the defense desperately sent multiple defenders in a feeble attempt to slow him down. When the opposing team inevitably collapsed upon Shaq, he would kick it out to his open shooters, like Rick Fox and Derek Fisher. But now, he'll be kicking it out to shooters like Steph Curry and Kevin Durant. Talk about an upgrade. Honestly, this second unit is so good that you could argue that they should be the starters instead. But the thing is, the starters are usually the ones who close out the final minutes of the game. And I wouldn't want this second unit out there in the closing minutes, because Shaq's free throw shooting is a liability down the stretch. And if the opposing team wanted to execute a hack-a-Shaq strategy, that could certainly affect the dominating nature of this team. Therefore, I think it's wise to keep this second unit as the...
Larry's one of the clutchest players, you know, like, it's just, it definitely makes sense. It definitely makes sense, bro. And I feel like in terms of, like, just the way the team on paper, because it's definitely on paper, it's all hypothetical, you know what I'm saying? But in terms of the way the teams would flow, I just feel like that starter unit would flow a little bit better, bro. Definitely.
Second unit. Now let's take a look at the third unit. With my starters and with the backups, I established the identity and the style of my team. So with this third group of players, I'd like to have players who could fill in for injuries and players who could operate as specialists for my specific team's needs. At point guard, give me Gary Payton. With Magic Johnson and with Steph Curry, I don't really have the best defensive presence from the point guard position, but that will not be an issue when the glove is on the court, as he's likely the greatest defensive point guard in NBA history. Not only was Payton also a very capable scorer, but he was also one of the all-time great lob passers. And on this roster, he'll have plenty of weapons to utilize for his alley-oop connections. At shooting guard for the third unit, give me Jerry West. He was also one of the greatest defensive players ever at his position, and West had scoring capabilities that were beyond his time, including solid range from the perimeter. At small forward, give me Scottie Pippen, a dynamic slasher, an alley-oop partner for Gary Payton and Magic Johnson, and he'll be an available lockdown perimeter defender whenever the team needs him. At power forward, I'll take Tim Duncan. He's smart, unselfish, and fundamentally sound. Duncan is also a player who is very comfortable playing alongside of another all-time great big, and in this case, beside him will be the ultimate winner. Rounded out with Bill Russell at the center position, and what you have here is the most suffocating and defensively soul-crushing third unit ever. All of these players are capable passers at their positions. And if any starter is struggling with their assignment for any reason, these substitutes will address that issue immediately and adequately. Now I know, some of you...
Yeah, I said Dr. J, but I feel like, yeah, bro definitely said he's trying to go defensive on him. If you're trying to go defensive on him, there's no problem here, but I'll probably change it up a little bit. I probably wouldn't go all crazy defensive on him, because I ain't gonna lie, you got Mike out there, he defends. You know what I'm saying? You got Kareem out there, you got Hakeem out there, you got some defenders out there, you know what I'm saying? So,
have noticed the triggering omission, as I left Wilt Chamberlain off the roster, which seems especially insane coming from me, since I'm usually one of the biggest advocates for Wilt's legacy and greatness. But the thing is, this roster is already extremely loaded with all-time great bigs, and chemistry is imperative for this roster to be the best that it can be.
Facts.
Because of this,
Will definitely got some team chemistry issues. You know what I'm saying? I heard many stories on the Players Choice platform of, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm pretty sure, I forgot who said it. I think it was Low. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Low. He said that Wilt was literally, you know what I'm saying, holding the rock. You know what I'm saying? He'll only pass if he could get assists. You know what I'm saying? 1 year, because they were saying that he couldn't pass, and then the next year they said he couldn't score or something or shoot the rock, and then he would just take jump shot. It was just a lot of weird shit. Like, he would just be trying to prove the be there wrong, I guess, and it would negatively affect the team. I guess you could
I'd rather have the bigs who spent the prime of their careers in a more team-oriented offense. So that concludes my 15-man roster. I'm not gonna
get tight like that. I ain't gonna lie, I need Bob. But yeah, bro, I think this team was pretty. This team is tough. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't get tougher than this, obviously, bro. They don't get tougher than this. Let me know what y'all would change, though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen what I would probably change, tweak a little 1-2 things, you know. For the most part, everything's like, all the same players are on the team, though, for the most part, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn near. Yeah. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments, bro. Share the video with your peoples on social media platforms. 93% of y'all are not subscribed, so I need y'all to hit that subscribe button down below. After you subscribe, turn on post notifications. You know what I'm saying? Get notified every time I drop a new video. And I'm out there, my brothers and sisters. Word. Tired of shit.